Seems like recording. Right. So today we'll be looking at several more commands in AutoCAD. So before I go to that section, let me give you some comments about doing your assignments. For some people should know this already. So for example, so when you are doing these assignments in the lab, you need to switch between the soft copy and your drawing file, right? Sometimes that is not the best way. So it takes, yeah, it is too cumbersome, okay? So, and I don't like that. So so I don't want to go between these two programs such so that I know I get the dimensions here and then I go to the drawing and continue the drawing. Another one thing you can do is if you have a large screen, you can actually tile the screen. So some of you did this like this. So, and I will show you another way actually. So in this technique, what we're going to do is we are going to take an image uh, into the drawing. So it is very simple. So what you should do is go get the snipping tool. So this is the snipping tool to go for a new snip. Before that, let me bring this drawing file. So let me zoom in. Let's say I want to draw this one. So what I do is I go to the snipping tool, make a new snip, this one, and skip the area I want. So here, let me copy this image. So this is a screenshot. So I'm going to copy that one and then go to AutoCAD and Control V. Okay, Control V. So when you press Control V, you will see this rectangular region. So that is actually a preview of the rectangular region of the image. So you can simply paste it. In order to paste this image file in AutoCAD, what you do is simply click, right? That's all. That's all you do. So now you have an image inside your drawing file. So I usually do this. So once you bring the image file, I will divide my screen into two parts where I will have the image on one part and I will draw on the other one. Okay. So to do that, I'm going to click on here. So it is somewhat hidden. So there are three icons. Like you will see a small minus sign. Let me try another drawing. Still, because of the black background, it is hidden. If you had a white background, probably you will see it. Anyway, so here you will see, yeah, you can see the rules. There is a minus sign, view, and some other stuff. We'll talk about them in a later lecture. For the time being, let me click on this minus sign. And here you will see like different controls called viewport controls. From here, I will go to the viewport configuration list, and from there I will select to vertical. Okay. So now you see the screen has divided into two parts. So I can resize this region in whatever way I need. So what I would usually do is I will keep drawing on one view and pan out. So panning is this operation. So I'll pan out so that I have a clear region, so clear view of the clear empty view. Okay. So here in this region, I'm going to draw my stuff. Okay. So now I have a view of my drawing, and here I can draw it based on this file or this object or this image. Right. If you want to draw this, yeah, that would be an easier technique rather switching between this file and then coming back to AutoCAD. Okay. If we had a hard copy, that would be ideal, but this is easy also. And some of you had been using like your smartphone for the image and for the you have opened the what you call the PDF file in your smartphone, then draw it in your in AutoCAD. So yeah, here you don't have to switch between your smartphone. You have everything in one screen. Right. Okay, let me show you how to draw this object right here. So I have this one. So I told you to use layers. So I'm going to use outline layers for the outline and hidden line layer for the this hidden line. Okay. So so here I take the line command. By the way, I told you not to use the auto mode in this assignment for the assignment number 1, but with starting assignment number 2 and so forth. Afterwards, you can use anything that is taught in the class. Okay. So here to draw this 140 line, I can simply type at 140, 0. Okay. And similarly for the other line at 130, not that one, 0, 130. And for the next one, minus 140, don't forget that. And then I can simply close it. So what I did was I typed C and enter, which happened really fast. So if you rewind the video, you will see it. Okay, now I have this one. So let's say I want to draw this triangular region. Okay. So you will assume that this is symmetric. So sometimes you need to assume those kind of things. And so if this is 40 and that is again 40 and you have 140, that means this gap. Okay, let me this gap is how much? Like 60, right? 60. By the way, you can do the calculator in AutoCAD. Otherwise, you can use the calculator in the computer. So yeah, so this should be 60 units from here to there. Okay. So I saw some of you had done something like this. You click here and type at, what is the value? 40, 0, enter. Then you guys can go like at, sorry, that is hash at x30, y is minus 80. And you will, did I make a mistake? No, I did not. Yeah, something like this. So that is okay, I would say, but you are spending commands unnecessarily, I would say. Okay, then I can type like at 30, 80, and you will come to this position. and then later you can delete this line, or what you call erase. Okay, so you have to, yeah, that, yes, you can do that like it, but it is not the best way, I would say. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take line command. Instead of clicking here, I'm going to shift right click. So note that I'm pressing, when I right click, I press and hold the shift key, then right click. Then you will get this menu called object snap override. I showed you this once. Okay, so from here, I can choose this option called from. Now this is my reference point. So from here, my point start at 40, 0. See? So there is no line here. Okay, let me draw it at 30, minus 80. Okay, let me finish the line. Okay. So if I try to select it, there is no line. That is, I haven't drawn a line section between this point and that point. Okay, between this point and that point. So I was able to start the line exactly 40 units from this reference. Okay, 40 units from that reference. So that is the beauty of object. So this option called from, where you access this setting by shift right click. You press and hold the shift key, then right click. So like now I can simply write at. Okay, I'm typing hash for at yeah, 8:30. 8. And for the hidden line, I can simply use the same technique, hidden line at, shift right click from at 0, 25. So I can simply type 25 angle 0, angle 90. So I am starting here, then at um, then at 140 angle 0. So you can use even polar coordinates if you like. So something like that. Okay. Notice somehow I have drawn a line. Yeah, it should not happen. Okay, so it should not happen. Line from now at 25. I'm lazy to erase that. Yeah, see. At 140, 0. Okay. Yeah, previously that was an error. Somehow, yeah, AutoCAD has selected that point twice. In that case, it will simply ignore the tracking. Okay, so that is how you apply that's how you create the hidden line. So let me write something like this. And I saw some of you were actually selecting the line and okay, something like this, and going here and changing the line color and changing the line type like this. Don't do that. That is a wrong practice, and I don't recommend you doing that. Okay, we have what is called layers to control object properties, and you have to follow that. Okay, there are a lot of advantages of uh, layers. I will come to that one like in 2 weeks probably. Um, Yeah. So, so don't use that. So simply, if you want to use a hidden line, use the hidden line layer. That's all. Simple as that. Okay. So otherwise, you'll be doing a lot of changes. Okay. That is something. Yeah. Pretty easy actually. So that example is pretty easy. And this one is a similar thing. Um, okay, let me take a snapshot here. Blah, blah, blah. By the way, after you are done with the image, you can simply delete it. Okay, press delete button on your keyboard. Okay, I'll put it somewhere here. Right, let me pan out. Right, so same thing here. Um, so this one contains a lot of what you call horizontal and vertical lines. Um, yeah, if you want to draw this object, what you do is I'm going to use the relative coordinates for this one. Okay, like line at 200, 0. Okay. If you want to go up at 0, 100, and similarly at minus 200, 0, and type C enter to close. Okay. And so these lines I can draw, shift right click, meet between 2 points, and say at 25. So yeah, 25 angle 90. Something went wrong. That is not 25. Let me undo that. Okay, from that, so it's going to be 0, 25, right? Yeah, 20. Yeah, that's correct. And that's going to be at 100, 0. Right. Yeah, you get the idea, right? So it's all about getting the correct point using this method. Yes, you can do it like that. Yeah. So starting with assignment number 2, you are allowed to use the modify command. That means you are free to use offset the commands like offset, extend, trim, and so forth. Okay. Few things about your assignment. Another thing about your assignment. In your assignments, I did not ask you to put dimensions. So you can simply like go here and put dimensions, but right now I don't need any dimension. Okay, so therefore no need to put dimensions unless it is told. So in the instruction sheet, I have clearly given you that the dimensions are not needed, but some of you had put them, so I don't. Yeah, I did not stop them doing that. I told some of them not to do it. Is okay not to have dimensions. So yeah, but something that is important is center lines. When you put center lines, let me get an example. Yeah, here. When you put the center lines, this center line must extend beyond the outer lines. Okay, so I haven't put the center lines in these circles. In future, I will be okay. And here also, Yeah, here we have a symmetric line. So this center line must extend beyond the outer lines. Okay, so that is the must. And how much you extend, it is given in your manual drawing class. So yeah, everything is related. You can't escape. Um, right. Let's see if you are given the same assignment, but if you are allowed to use the modify command and autumn, how easy it is. Okay, so let me try to draw the same thing now with the commands that you already know. So for this one, I'm going to use auto, this one, F8, uh, okay, F8, auto mode, and the line command. So, right, so this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to click here. Now you can see a preview. So what I want is a horizontal line with 200 units, 200 millimeters basically. Now what I do is I point and type. So this is the direction the line should be. So I type 200, enter. See, no at. Okay, but I want you to learn at because sometimes there are cases that is the only way to go. Actually, that will be the most convenient. There will be always several methods, but yeah. Okay, so similarly, if I want to go vertically, I can type 100, enter. Here, 200, enter. No negative signs, then I can simply P for close. Right here, if I want to draw this line, you see the gap is 25 between the bottom line and this line. And the top line is, gap between the top line and this one is 10. And this one is 30. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to use offset now. Okay, go to offset. So the distance 30, sorry, 25. By the way, you don't have to click here. I saw some of you guys had been guys and gals actually. Like if you want to type the distance, so some of you were, let me take the offset, coming here, clicking here and typing the value. No need. So you simply take the command, okay, or for offset, type 25. So AutoCAD knows where to type that value, then enter. So like this, I can click. So what I did was I click on the line and then specify what is the position of the new line, or let's say the offsetted line. So whether it is above or below. So somewhere, if I click somewhere here, I will get the preview. If I click somewhere there, I get this preview. Okay, I don't need that, but I created that for just to show you. Okay, so I'm going to click here. Finish the command. I'm going to erase that top line. So you have these two lines now. So I'm going to use offset again, this time by 10, enter. And I'm going to offset all of these lines by 10. Right. So then I'm going to do the trimming. Trimming, yeah, this one. Okay, so if you are using the computers at the CAD lab, they are like 2017. I'm using 2010, sorry, 2022. And here you can simply access the trim command and start trimming your objects. But in all the versions, you can't do like that. So yeah. So what you do is you select the trim, then you select for those machines, you select the trim, and then you have to define what are the cutting edges or with respect to what you are trimming. So those are called as cutting edges. In newer versions, you have to enable that option, you have to first choose that option. Then you select what are the cutting edges. So I would select, this is not a good way, but for this one, it is easy. I will select all of these objects, but in some cases, don't do this. You need to properly select the uh, cutting edges. But yeah, here I will just select all of these objects and enter. Then you are good to trim. Okay. So I want that to be removed, that to be removed. I think this should be removed and that should be removed. That, 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 and this, and okay, that's all. Okay, I drew the, by the way, you can draw this entire object by having only two lines. Okay, what I could have done is I could have drawn these two lines. Okay, then offset this one here, or maybe I can copy. That's also fine. By 200, then offset that by 100, and yeah, rest you know. And similarly, these two lines, these two hidden lines, I will change to hidden layer, get the offset, type the distance as 50. Before that, let me change layer from the source to current. That means whatever the new objects that you are going to create will be on the current layer. So current layer is hidden, okay, hidden layer, and so yeah, it will be correct. So I don't have to later select them and move to a different layer. So the distance is 25, not 25, 50, sorry. And let me offset that one and that one. Okay, I need to trim. For this one, I will use cutting edges. So these two will be my cutting edges, enter, and those two I'm going to remove. Okay, I made a mistake. So let me extend. And by the way, for the older version, extend behaves similarly. So you need to select the boundary where the object will be extended. Then you are good to extend. Right. Basically, that's how you do it. Modify commands. So it will be fairly easy if you know these commands. You already know, but you need to start applying them from the next assignment. Okay. Okay, I will take this one for the next example. For the yeah, when we discuss new commands. Okay, so yeah, that would be like short. It was supposed to be short, but it yeah went little longer. So I will stop this video and start the new actual lecture. Okay.